All right, as Kevin Hart would say. Listen, we are back with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM102jams.com. Listen, again, just want to make sure y'all know, download the app if you're an Android user, or, for the WJHM102jams.com, and that's jams with a Z. Go into your Play Store right now. Download the WJHM102jams.com app. Type it in exactly how I said it, WJHM102jams.com app in your Play Store, so you can, of course, listen to all of my past episodes. Of course, and just want to let y'all know also again, of course, in case you ever miss an episode, my show airs, of course, every Tuesday and Thursday, and from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So in case you ever miss an episode when it airs regularly, then you can catch it again on the website. Of course, it'll be uploaded the very next day or what have you. But let's get into back to, and let's add something to the subject. Of course, we've been talking about other races' use of the N-word or what have you, and I'm sorry, it's always going to have a negative connotation to me, regardless of that, regardless of the fact that we use it now as a term of endearment, so-called term of endearment. I'm sorry, especially if you're someone from another race, don't call me that, period. You know what I'm saying? This is best, don't even bother. You know what I'm saying? Especially, let's be real. What's going to happen one day you just so happen to be watching Rosewood, you know what I'm saying? And then somebody of another race called, for my brothers and sisters, you just got finished watching Rosewood, and, you got somebody who's white calling you a nigga, then what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And you just finished watching Rosewood of all movies. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't seen Rosewood, go check it out. It's based on the actual true story of on a section of Florida called Rosewood. You know what I'm saying? And the whole massacre that happened there. But anyway, we just want to make sure that y'all just be mindful of what you're doing in your language that you're using. And if you can, try to find another word, you know what I'm saying, to use in place of that word. Now, the second subject I wanted to talk to you about, let's go here. I just had to talk about this with my friend Dominique, and I'm gonna have to just be go out and plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you are a white person. I love my white friends and everything, but listen, y'all, let's be for real. Please, 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 as James Brown would say, please, 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 ask a black woman first if it's okay for you to touch their hair. Please. You know what I'm saying? Please just don't listen. And let's be real. I got to be real honest with you for a second. I know as a culture, us as black people are very, I'm going to make them a new phrase and I'm going to sound mad ghetto, but I'm going to just go ahead and say it anyway. We are real, close-spaced or real close-spaced people. You know what I'm saying? If you what's the word? If you interfere in our personal space, rather, you know what I'm saying? If you interfere in our personal space, we don't like people to stand too close to us unless we about to get some, you know what I'm saying? From your significant other or what have you, you know what I'm saying? That's about the only time. You don't even like our friends getting too close, or maybe if you have a secret, you have a secret you want to give, cool. But, there seems to be this thing, and I see this a lot, and I have to talk about it, where, white folks seem to having to come up to black people and just start touching. No, I don't know where your hands have been. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean I don't mean to sound, bigoted or racist or anything like that, because I don't believe that I am, but I'm just saying, this is just, please be mindful and please be aware of the culture and the race that you're talking with or talking to or what have you, because we don't like people being all up in our personal space. And particularly when it comes to our sisters, it's the sisters, like their hair, for any woman really, the hair is the crown and jewel. But for our sisters, that means everything. You know what I'm saying? It's the, if you have braids, it's the sisters, now please be mindful now. Hold on. Now cut me some slack when I'm about to say this. Be mindful now when I'm about to say this. You know, I will have to say this. When you're sitting in the chair and you done spent mad money on some braids that you had to sit there for like, what, 6 to 8 hours, you know, to get put in your head and sewn in your head or what have you, however y'all do it, you know, and then somebody to just come and just put their hands on your head without asking. First of all, I don't know where your hands have been. I don't even know if you have washed your hands. Trust me, in the man's bathroom, I've seen guys like doing number 2, leave the bathroom without washing their hands. You know what I'm saying? So I know that's pretty sure there's some women up in there, and the hands all up in their crotch and whatnot. You know, I don't know what you got up between your legs. You know, hopefully it's clean. Or a sister doesn't know how y'all take care of your personal hygiene down there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if crabs are transferable from that particular area to a woman's head. But yet and still, if you don't wash your hands properly, you know what I'm saying? That's why sisters take it personal when you go touching on their heads. Plus, you know, on top of that, especially when you just get hair done, you know what I'm saying? And for those of y'all that went to the hair salon, you know, you got your hair popping, you know what I'm saying? And especially, let's say that for something, for those of y'all that wear your hair natural, you know, you just got your hair blowing out, you know what I'm saying? And you got the fro extra stretched out, you know what I'm saying? Or got your afro puffs, you know, rocking them tight, you know, in that regard, you know, you're just going to be mindful. You don't let anybody's hands just touch your head. You know what I'm saying? The only head that a sister will normally only hands that a sister will let touch their head is usually their hairstylist. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, if worse come to worse, maybe like, you know, if they had asked somebody to help them wash their hair, what have you. I've been in, you know, situations where, you know, I've been in relationships where where my girlfriend at the time or whoever I was with, you know, they asked me to, you know, help them wash their hair. Or so, just a friend of mine, a female friend, you know, they've asked me just to help them wash their hair as well. And I guess it's a personal thing. You know what I'm saying? When you're helping somebody personally help them groom themselves or whatever, it's a personal thing. You know what I'm saying? And fellas, let me speak to the fellas real quick, ladies, real quick, and I'm going to get back to the sisters in just a second. Fellas, if your lady asks you to help her wash her hair, do it. Trust me, do it, especially if you have soft hands. You know what I'm saying? You can't be rough washing a sister's hair now. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you rub her hair just right, you know what I'm saying? It might be a little bit of an aphrodisiac, you know what I'm saying? You know, just I say that's part of that little intimacy thing. May not lead to what you may want it to lead to, but, you know, that at least strengthens the bond of love between you and your lady. You know what I'm saying? But getting back to what I'm saying, like, look, it's just a personal touch thing. You know, especially if we don't know you, you know, please don't come up to us and start putting your hands all up on your hair. You can admire it and what have you and be like, okay, I like what you do with your hair. Oh, that's so pretty. That's so nice, or what have you. You know what I'm saying, in that regard. But, you know, just don't go up and just start touching a sister's hair. They don't like it. You know, I'm trying to help y'all from getting punched in the face or something. No, I'm just playing. But I'm trying to help y'all with what might become a confrontation, even if that is a friend of yours that is black. You know what I'm saying? At least ask first. You know what I'm saying, in that regard. And I will have to say this also, because this is what I find funny. You know, sisters, I'm sure you can probably attest to this as well. You know, people, you know, coming up to touch your hair and, oh my God, it's so beautiful. How do you get it to stay up like that? You know what I'm saying? Of course, that's just the natural kink in our hair or what have you. But I find it funny how usually in the mainstream, how we have it, that I just find it odd that though we get a lot of people to come up and say, oh, I love what you did with your hair. The braids are so nice. And then on the flip side, you know, professionally, you know, they want us to like straighten our hair, or, you know, in the media, usually for like TV shows and movies and whatnot, you know, it's, oh, can you please, oh, we going to need you to straighten your hair or wear a wig or what have you, because that's what's deemed as quote unquote beautiful, you know, what have you. And I'm just like, you know, you just have to hold still and hold, That's not what I mean to say. Be strong, hold fast, you know what I'm saying? Because our hair is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure that, you know, our sisters do know that your hair is wonderful. Your hair is gorgeous, just the way it is. Afro puffs, cornrows, two-strand twists, Bantu knots, or what have you, and all that, you know what I'm saying? I know a little bit of some styles, you know what I'm saying? You know, had my fair share of girlfriends. I had to go to the beauty salon. But, you know, that's what I really want to talk about is like the black hairstyles and things of that nature because, man, listen, you know, there is a thing going on out there and it's like, how do you handle that? You know, and, you know, also, you know, comment if you follow me again on Brian T. Bethea Confessions on Facebook. You know, this is the third video for this episode that I posted on this. If you want to talk about it, comment on it. If you find it on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? What are some suggestions that you give or ways that you can turn down people where it's just like, oh, no, when you don't want them to touch your hair, what are some ways that you can just let them know, like, you know, let them down calmly. Now, please, I appreciate if you would, you know, do I appreciate if you wouldn't. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No disrespect, but, you know, I just got my hair did or what have you. You know, what ways you go about doing that? And, you know, in something that we just talked about off air, you know, as well, you know, this happens a lot also, especially when it comes to your children. You know, people putting their hands on your children, especially your children's hair as well. Oh my God, his fade, you know, his fade looks nice or what have you, or her curls will look so good and this, that, and the other, you know what I'm saying? It goes for anything. Like, yo, don't touch my child. You know what I'm saying? If I do not know you, you know what I'm saying? And even if I do know you, at least make sure that you have washed your hands. You know, if I'm allow you to touch my child, you know, in that regard. So, you know, this is definitely a conversation piece. Look, listen, go over it amongst yourself. Of course, you can message me or DM me on Instagram, the Phoenix 516. You know what I'm saying? Let me know your thoughts about that, of course. And then, of course, you can find the videos that I'm posting here on my artist page on Facebook. That is Brian T. Bethea. Brian spelled with an I, Brian, middle initial T. And then, of course, Bethea, Bethea. And, of course, we have got to go back to go pay some bills. Again, you're listening to Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM102jams.com.